Hey guys, how you doing? Danny here. I'm back up in the Sierras on this beautiful Sunday morning, and I'm back up here where I was at last week, where I discovered the artifacts. Okay, uh, from last week, I told you that I was kind of stumped. I was kind of stumped on this a week ago, and I needed some time to study and break it down so I can relate that information to you. It's taken me all week, but I've got my mission completed. Okay, and I will get there in a second. I'm going to break it all down for you what this is. But first and foremost, I want to give a big shout out to this is from Derek out of Canada. He sent me an email. There was just two particular fellas. They were co-workers. Alex and Rob. Congrats for a retirement of 30 years. They just retired from a company that's called Bell Smelting. And it's a company that they manufacture precious metals, such as nickel and copper and other precious metals. And these metals are used for all the medical instruments around the world. And they're probably they're definitely being in use right now of what's going on. So we want to thank you guys out there. Good job. Enjoy your retirement. And Alex and Rob, for me to you guys, hey, welcome to the retirement club. It's nice to be a member of it, believe me. So, and thank you, Derek, for bringing that up to my attention. And I also want to thank everybody in the good U.S. of A. Job well done, guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. We'll figure this problem out soon enough, trust me. And besides that, heat's coming up. Viruses really don't like living in the heat. Hang in there, guys. We're just about done. Anyway, and I hope everybody is still hanging in there, man. Hang tight, guys. Hang tight. We're all going to be good. So, let's get on with it. What do you say? Hey, ain't it nice I brought you out here today? Look at this nice, beautiful Sunday afternoon. I brought you out here in the beautiful Sierra Nevada mountains. So anyway, let's get to work. Are you ready? Okay. Now, from a week ago, came across these artifacts. Okay. Now, and I'll bet a C note right here, right now, that there's a lot of you out there that has all kinds of guesses of what it was. I know you guys. I know you have. And I hate telling you, but I'll bet you're probably all wrong. It had me stumped. Now, I got this thing down now. I'm going to tell you exactly what this is. Now, when we're looking at this one, okay, what these artifacts are made from, they're not made from anything that you probably would have thought of as let's say, it's not any kind of regurgitation of any sort from any kind of an animal or human. It had nothing to do with any kind of dung droppings or anything like that. I corrected myself on that. That's why research is, you got to have it. I mean, that's what it's all about. You dig right into it with both feet. The truth comes to you. The evidence comes to you that way. Anyway, so, and what it really is, are you ready for this? Because this blows my mind, because I had no idea that they knew how to do this kind of a process to begin with, or even know how to make the materials to do this kind of a process. Okay, so what I'm talking about is this. What these artifacts are made of, they're made from sod. Yeah, you heard me, sod. And what is sod? Now, I ain't talking about the sod that you all know of modern times today. It ain't like you're laying sod out in your front yard, okay? No, this is a different type of sod. This is a process they used back in the 1800s during the with the pioneers and the miners up here and such. And so what sod is, it's a blend of a variety of vegetation with a good, moist, soft soil, and it's a little bit of water. And when you blend that all together, add a little bit of water as you go, and what happens, it kind of shapes in like a putty, so to speak. You following me? And you could shape it and form it about any way you want it, is what they did. Now, what was the main use of the sod? In this situation here, they wanted these artifacts to withstand the environment, so that means they wanted them to be around for a while, okay? Did you hear that? Something just walked over here. When we first got here, guys, when I got here, the Northside group, they know we're here. They did some rock knocking to some of their other members, giving them a heads up, we're here. And to my left over here, just heard something walking in the forest. Just stopped. There's some dirt bikes over back in there, but that wasn't them we seen. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, so back to the sod. Now, I sat there and I thought to myself, now how the hell would they know how to make sod? I mean, it's not like everybody knows what sod is anyway, the kind I'm talking about, okay? I mean, that's kind of disappeared since the Old West is over. So what they did was a sod, say like up in here in the Sierras, we had all these miners and they build their shacks, and a lot of them built cabins. So when you put these dwellings together, what do you end up with? You end up with seam lines that are with cracks and stuff like that. So to keep the environment coming inside your dwelling, they would make a sod mixture and they would seal the cracks up. They also laid the sod on the rooftops. Okay, it's a good insulator. And they specifically used sod on the roofs, especially back in the 1800s when you had pioneers and settlers like we're living in the desert areas. Sod came in very handy on the rooftops. So that's what this substance is made of. It's sod. Okay. Now here's the other question. How did they learn to do this process? I got an answer for you on that one too. You ever heard the expression, the hills have eyes? Well, they do. And the places I come up in here, they definitely got eyes, because they're always watching us. Now, what probably occurred was back in, I'd say, probably late 1840s into mid to late 1850s, when all the gold miners were up here. They were building their dwellings and their cabins. These guys watched them. They observed. They are learning. And when they seen them doing this blend of sod, they knew what the process was because they learned, they watched. And that's how they had to have knew how to make this type of sod. There's no other answer for it. It's the only answer. So, but they don't construct cabins and they don't construct shacks. But I know what they do construct is like, shelters, nests, and even some shelters look like huts. Okay, but they don't use the sod. I had no idea that they knew of sod, but that's what it is. Now we're going to break it down. I'm going to break it down to you of what each artifact means, okay? So kind of hang with me, Valentine, please. And I'm going to point you down to each one. We're going to go to this one. Okay. Looks like a crucifix, but it's not. And the reason it's not because these hybrids, and even when they come from the origins they come from, they're not religious in any way, shape, or form. They don't know what religion is. In other words, they don't bury their dead, okay? So it's not a grave site. What it is, though, they do, which I know for a fact, have a letter format. I know this because it's taken me years to figure that out. Hey, you can let up on that. my cameraman he's kind of not here today, you know what I'm saying? I got to help him out a little bit. Excuse me. So, anyway, what I do see here is a letter T. Okay, I see the letter T. Now, this one over here. We got this one. This is a symbol of the letter I. So we have a symbol of the letter I, we have the symbol of a letter T. This, now this is where it gets confusing. This is a depiction of a foot. As you can see, the ankle, right in here coming down to the heel, here's the Achilles, here's the heel. As you can see, there's no arch, because these guys have no arch. Down in here, here's the toes coming up, stream of the foot coming back into the ankle. It is a symbol of a site of a foot. Now this one is interesting. I kept thinking about it, and then it dawned on me. This is a symbol. Are you ready for this, guys? Because I ain't joking, man. This is a symbol, I believe, is a spacecraft. You got it. UFO. E.T., you know what I'm saying? And the reason I'm saying that, I've seen these things up here myself. If you could see, the shape is almost the shape of a boomerang. And also similar to a wedge. Or you could say a triangle. Okay? And these particular kind of crafts have been sighted. It's on documentation. So, not for me, from others. Now, let me explain I'm going to explain the whole picture to you right now. What this basically is, what they're doing here, now this is amazing, guys, because out of all the years I've been doing this, look at, I've seen petroglyptics, I've seen hydroglyptics, okay? But I had no idea or even a clue that these hybrids would even have a clue about hydroglyptics. That's what this is. It's hydroglyptics. It's there in bold relief to be seen. It's also, they use the sod for stability. It could withstand the environment. Let me tell you how strong this stuff is. Look at it. All the liquids are gone from it, okay? All that's left is the soil and the vegetation is holding this together. 3 weeks ago, this area was under 4 to 5 feet of snow. 4 to 5 feet of snow, guys. These artifacts, they're still there. That's the stability of the sod. So therefore, they wanted stability. They wanted these to be seen out loud, and longevity of time. Now, how old are these? They've been here a while. I've been here for quite a while. Now, because it's more in a hydroglyptic type style, it's telling a story. They're telling us a story. But what they're doing, what I see, is they're communicating with each other. the north side group, the south side group, they're communicating with each other, okay? This is for them. I told you, like right now, we're in the triangle area. The triangle area here is pretty damn big. We're in a piece of it, okay? Now, are you ready? Because I'm going to tell you the story they're telling us. So here we go. So the story, what I see is this. We have a T. We have an I. Now this is kind of curious because what are the two letters you have in the word triangle? T and an I. It's not how you would abbreviate triangle, but you do have a T and an I in it. Now, the image of the side of the foot, that represents them, the hybrids. That's them. It's not like they're not going to come out and lay out a full, say, like body graft of them, because they don't know that. They know they got feet, right? Just like you do. That is them. These is the hybrids. Now, this one. This is a good one. You guys ready for this one? I gotta get this out of the way. Thorny little bastards. There. This. You ready? This is a symbol of a UFO. Spacecraft. And, damn, I have to get this thing out of here. Get off, dude. Whew. There. And the reason I say that is because it's similar to a boomerang, the wedge, and the triangle. That is a spacecraft. And not only that, in the position it's at, it's pointing north. See, it's pointing north, and right there, exactly where I'm pointing, you see that opening right there? That is the spot where quite a few times we have sat there and watched a UFO. And look where this lines up. Right with that, straight north. So, here's what they're saying. Here's the story. TI, which I believe stands for triangle. Them, which is the hybrids, the species that live here. This is a spacecraft. So, what they're saying, they know of UFOs. They know what a spacecraft is. And why is that? Because they see them, just like we see them. So that's their story right there. Now, you're going to ask yourself, how would they know what a triangle is? They don't. But who out there could say they don't know nothing about letters? Because they do. I know. I'm the guy that could figure this kind of stuff out. I don't know anybody else that can. It's taken me years to get this stuff down. Now here's the funny thing. The common is this. They usually like relating to each other and communicating with each other, which is usually through wood markers and rock markers. Now the guys that don't do research out there, Terry, you know this too. The rock markers come in different shapes and forms, different types of piles and whatever, and so forth for the wood markers. Same principle. In this case, whole different. This is a whole different situation. So, this is fantastic, guys. This is so badass. I can't even. Kind of leaves me speechless. So, oh, one more thing. Now you want to know how they made the sod. Ah, I was waiting for that one. Okay, here we go. Now you see in this area, and like I said, most of the Sierras is covered with a lot of pine needles. Why? Because we got a whole lot of pines. Self-explanatory. Anyway, and this place also, it's kind of set up in a iconic way, so to speak, because you see, I'm sitting in here like a pocket. And if you look over here, And this was put here. This was laid up here like this. We have this laid here. This is laid like here. And we got this almost, and we have this. It's almost like, it's almost like a foundation for a dwelling. And we have this. That is a marker. Now, back to this. What they did was this. Okay? What they did was this. They know how to do the process, obviously. I know that now. And I know where they probably learned it from, okay? 150 feet to my left is a creek. Remember the place, remember I took the water sample? That's down here about 150 feet from here. So what they did, this probably took about at least two of them. At least two of them had to do this. What they did is they went down to the creek, excuse me, and what you have all your elements to make your sod blend. You have good, wet, moist soil down there. You have your vegetation, and you have your water. So you got all your elements, okay? They made the mixture down there. Now, once you make it, you could go like this. You can pick it up right in your hands. It ain't going nowhere. It's not like picking up a handful of dirt. You follow? So you're picking it up. Now it's a solid mass. They carried it and carried it for the 150 feet from the creek. Came up through here. They laid their sod down, and they went and shaped and formed it to what they're telling us. That's how they made the sod, and that's how they got it up there to make it. There you go. So, another hurdle I just did. Well, here's another one for the books, guys. I'm going to let Valentine show you again. But remember, that is the story. T-I species UFO. Okay, guys, look at, I'm going to go somewhere else, and I think I'm going to go to a spot over here, get a little nosy, you know. If I come across something, I'll wake you guys up, man. I'll let you know, and you'll be seeing it. In other words, I might be doing a part 2 to this, so we'll see. Anyway, hey, I hope some of you out there as excited as I am about this, because this is fantastic. This is so rare. It's at least one thing. It educated me on what they could that they could do on this level now. That just expands their knowledge a little bit more, as far as I'm concerned. So. I will be looking out for these now. When I do, if I come across any of these again, I will let you know. I have a gut feeling, because out of all these years, look at guys, I got 40 plus years in the woods. I've never seen this, not like that. You might not ever see something like this again. I don't know. We'll see. But so far, not before. This is the first, and maybe not after. I don't know. So I'm just thankful that I'm the lucky one that came across this and documented it, because that's a sweet deal. Hey, I like to be the first in things, let me tell you. It's a sweet feeling. So, anyway, look it, guys. You guys take care right now, all right? Hang tight, guys, hang tight. Man, I know it's tough. Lord, I know it's tough right now. We'll pull together, right? Hey, you know what? These guys up here, they've been pulling together for 300,000 plus years. What's wrong? What's up with us, correct? Correct. Let's get it done, guys. Anyway, I hope you like this. This was fun for me. And so anyway, my cameraman, he's awake now. So, oh, and guys, look it. Happy May Day. And sad to say, but in my state here, they just shut everything down, period. So This is going to piss off a lot more people, is all I can say. Well, like I said, they never learn. You know? When you don't learn, what happens? Well, self-explanatory. Anyway, I'm over that. This is what I want right now. This is what it's all about. It's nice out here, guys. God, I wish you guys were out here with us. Anyway, you guys take care. Man, I got to get out of here. Bye.